So we did some changes and worked on some things here. Now we're showing we got a great stream, everything's strong, which is weird because we just literally lost everything and everybody. So sorry about that. Anyway, we are showing you capsules that are actually here. This is an actual mock-up of the Freedom 7, which took the first American into space. This isn't the actual Freedom 7. And usually they have the Liberty Bell here, which is another, I don't know if I see it or not, which is another great historical spaceship for America. So there's Gemini 10. You can see the heat shield on the bottom side of it. You see where it's all pitted and got everything. Kind of amazing. And then you look here, you see Colin's actual spacesuit. Pretty cool. To the moon. Here's some of the, wow, internal makeup of one of the rockets that was sent. That's pretty cool. You can see inside of it. What's really interesting is right behind this is the Lunar Module. So the Lunar Module basically floated down to the moon's surface and was controlled just a little bit at a time, and only had a few little bursts that actually were used to control the descent. Here's also a moon rover. Moon rover is very cool. This is a wow. This is actual a turbo pump. This is what it looks like after. This is what the intense heat and for the Saturn rockets, which is just kind of amazing. So here is where they did the Apollo Soyuz test project, and this is where the Americans and the Russians actually shook hands between the two modules. And so they had to develop this between the two in order to be able to have the ability to do that. So the Russian spacecraft and the American spacecraft, and there was a famous hands area right here. So this was kind of interesting.
There's some things that this would work. Yeah.
I like the fact that when they were doing they dumping the urine overboard, but they couldn't photograph it because NASA wouldn't allow them to because if they photographed it.
This is very interesting. This is a place where you go to the restroom. And there's handles and places and everything you need.
Now we have to find it because it'd be out in the middle of nowhere.
Didn't they used to do that off of airplanes too?
Oh, and ships too.
Yeah.
Ships.
Yeah. They ever talked about that? Done. Coming down as I step.
Yeah. Okay, let's don't talk about that.
Looks like
In mayonnaise.
Looks like Captain.
Is that a space shuttle tire?
Yep.
Is that what it is?
I can understand a little bit of mayonnaise. Ooh.
It's not as big as I thought it'd be.
Look at the chocolate bar.
Of course, too big.
Too heavy?
Peach, black currant juice.
Too big, you'll go for
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's quite edible now.
I'm sure we're gonna lot of their real stored here down the lines too.
Soup is $238.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
getting these to where's block.
Very interesting space shuttle stuff and space station stuff, and there's a little bit about SpaceX and all those places. Now the hard part, I think I'm lost and I don't know how to get out. It's really interesting. Go get Mom, unless she found a way out. I think this lunar landing module's very, very cool. And I know nobody's out here watching right now, but that's okay. I'm talking to myself. Yeah, we haven't been this way, my bum. I don't even know what this is. What is this? This is an ascent actual test unit of the inner crew pressure module. Huh. It's part of the limb, I guess. That's pretty cool. Are we completely dead in the water, honey? What did you teen Odyssey? Here's the heat shield that brought it back down safely. This is very cool. This was Apollo 13 mission, and here is the actual, this is the actual Odyssey module that brought them home safe and sound. And you can see on the other side just that there wasn't a lot of room in there. So you had James Lovell, Fred Haise, and Jack Swigert. You come over here, you can look inside the door, the panel that they blew to get out, and you see how small this was. Can't imagine being hurled through space in this item. All the circuits and the buses and the switches. A lot of training and time, and you can see how the whole module itself is burnt and wow. So this is a recreation of the damage that was actually done. They rebuilt a wow, that's crazy. And that is what started the whole Apollo 13 coming back home thing. Now this room right here is actually called the White Room. And the White Room is basically where the astronauts actually get into the capsules. And so they would come in here. You can kind of see where it was off the tower. And then they would come over here, and you see the unique design there, that shape of that round curved capsule. And what they'll do is they would hold on to this handle here and swing themselves into the module. And that's how they got in. It's kind of crazy. They call it the actual, it's one of the actual Apollo White Rooms. This one was at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. That's pretty cool. And you look at how some of the simplicities of the bifold doors and everything like that. That to actually be standing here next to the Apollo 13 module is pretty cool. Now here is one of the panels from the Mission Control Center in Houston. It's actually right here in front of us. This area shows a lot of cameras and things that they used on the missions to record and document these things. Some of the pictures they took. It's interesting to see some of the different types of cameras they made or developed. It's pretty interesting. Some of these are really interesting. Wally Schwein. Who's that? Tom Stafford. James Lovell. There's a couple of them from Jim Lovell. Apollo 16, Apollo 12. Here's the one from Apollo 13. Just amazing. Really amazing. Still haven't figured out how to get out of here, have you? You watching?
It's almost dead. It's our turn to be ready.
So this is the actual Apollo 13 Odyssey that brought Jim Lovell and Haise and Swigert came home in. So this is the Odyssey, the actual Apollo 13 module. So this is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, this is Apollo 13. This is the pride and joy of the Cosmosphere. There's a lot of buttons in there, right? Yeah. Do you guys know which ones to hit? It's okay, I don't either. We're making a new pod that will take people into space, but we don't have a lot of switches anymore. Because what are you guys used to? An iPad or a phone? We don't have any switches. We got touch screens, don't we? You just push with your button. So that's where a lot of our switches are going to go. Oh, you're fine. Do you guys know what that is?
So this is the actual Apollo 13
No,
module.
I didn't think so. It's fine.
And
That's
can
a
I
computer.
get a good opportunity to see inside of it?
That's a computer. But
See
you
where
can
they were
really
actually
use it.
sitting?
Yeah, so it might have a computer.
Look at all the
Games on it, and it is a black screen with green letters.
first bingo.
That's all you get.
Mark Dade. It's awesome. We were actually looking at the actual Apollo 13 module that actually, the Odyssey module that actually brought home. If you have seen the movie Apollo 13, this is the actual
That is,
Odyssey
that's what we used to have.
module that brought them home.
I'll give you
It's kind of interesting.
Once they go inside, then they all race inside, and then there's no way out. So then
So as you can see, there's a little bit of reflection behind there. That's probably wasn't well thought through, but this is the actual Apollo 13 Odyssey module that brought home. Same guys you watched the movie Apollo 13. This is the actual thing. You can see the heat shield here. You can see where it was damaged, and it's really interesting to look at. So Apollo 13, Odyssey's extraordinary Odyssey is what they're saying here. But this is the probably, you know, the really cool thing that they have here at the Kansas Cosmosphere is the actual Odyssey module from Apollo 13. And that amazing voyage, just everyone working so hard just to bring them home. So it's very interesting to look at this and look at the outside of it. You can see where the damage from just coming home.
Sorry.
So I think it's just amazing how small quarters there were. All 3 seats right here. And that's where they sat. And rode that real difficult ride home. So did you figure out how to get out of here, honey? Okay, good. Follow the kids?
Yeah.
So this is the white room, and this is where they would come in and get into the module and see a picture of it here, what this basically was. An actual Apollo from Place 39 at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. And basically this is where they just would walk over, and they would go up here and hang on this bar right here and swing themselves into the actual space capsule itself, the module, which is pretty cool. Okay. And over here, we're actually going to look at a lunar module like they did on the moon. This lunar module, it's a little bit bigger than kind of what I imagined it to be. Hi Greg, thanks for coming back. Really did a lot of struggling and battling here with the signal. I think all this NASA stuff is throwing us off a little bit. We didn't have a problem before, but this time we're having a kind of a problem. So things are doing much better. Good to see you, Greg. So this is an actual Apollo lunar module. This is a recreation of the one that they used to land on the moon. So it's kind of hard to get the whole gist of it, but so there's the door. They came out the door, and then they came down the ladder, and you heard those famous words of one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Here is a actual moon rover, and those tires, they're actually covered in wire mesh. It's kind of cool. Okay, which way, babe? Is that a moon rock? That's... I didn't see the moon rock. Let's look at the moon rock. Here you go. There's a piece of the moon. This was collected on the Apollo 11 mission. This is one of the first lunar samples to be collected, and is one of the few Apollo 11 rocks on public display in the world. So there you go. Apollo 11 moon rock from that mission. Very interesting.
Yeah.
again, that is just so big. So back here was the Apollo-Soyuz test project. And this is where the Russians and the Americans met in space, shook hands in the module between the two. So this is a recreation of that moment. And so you can see the U.S. Apollo. You can see the device that was built to dock, the docking station for the two. And then here's the Russian spaceship. So you can see how they both designed to lock and come together, and they had different locking mechanisms. So it had to be a partnership to be able to do both of those things. So this is into more modern times and how spacecraft came into play. And then there was the space station that's actually up in the space. Now here's a interesting, here's your space station bathroom. Crazy, right? And here's the mirror, and you had to sit a certain way and be very small inside the mirror because it was a very small capsule. And then today you look and people are doing private spacecraft now. Where they're able to have a reusable type spacecraft. Spaceship 1 simulator for Spaceship 1X. That's pretty cool. And you can see all those buttons and switches are all just kind of done to an iPad. Where do I go? Is this it?
Oh, wait, no, there's a down one. You have to turn around. It's only for
Stairs at the entrance. Let's go find the stairs at the entrance. Okay. That's crazy. So now we're in a also, who knows what kind of signal we're going to have in here. Are we there? We alive?
Yeah.
Okay, gift shop. Yay! Out of the bowels of the belly. Okay. So in here is an S-71 Blackbird right above our heads, and we'll go down here to the tip of it and look at it because it's actually pretty cool. So here you go. Check this out. You can actually walk up and touch this thing. Here you go, looking down, front pitot tube of an S-71 Blackbird. Isn't that crazy? This one was one that was actually flown. And it is huge, and it's just hanging in this building. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. '71 Blackbird. You want to do our? You want to do that? Well, here, let's do it. Taylor. No. Not too bad there, son. You going to space? This is crazy. The space shuttle. Wow. It's pretty cool. Very cool. You see where they're taking the landing gear off of it to be able to do the thing. This is a dynamic high-speed motion simulator. You must be able-bodied to ride this simulator. Uh-oh. Hi. How you doing? No idea what's going on here. All right. Okay. Well, I don't think I have anything to worry about. I'm going to the simulator. Where'd she go? So this is a navigator simulator. So we're standing right below this SR-71 Blackbird. It became fully operational in the U.S. Air Force in 1868, and it was actually part of it was designed to fly over Russia and take light photos. Photos over miles an hour, so it took no time to get there. So I think it said something about at the top speed SR-71 could fly over the state of Kansas east to west in 10 minutes. So it did not take any time to fly across the way. So this is a Blue Angel simulator. So that's what we're waiting to do here. Sitting here. The first American to fly in space aboard the Freedom 7 Mercury spacecraft who chose not to wear a watch. After being grounded for nearly a decade because of an inner ear disorder, Shepard was selected to command the Apollo 14 mission to the moon in January 1971. During this mission, Shepard became the 5th person to walk on the moon and the first to hit a golf ball off its surface. Shepard wore the Omega Speedmaster Professional displayed here. Shepard's watch was courtesy of the Air National Space Museum from the Smithsonian. So that was actually the watch worn by Alan Shepard after he went to the moon. We got some interesting stuff here from different places. So, if you ever get the opportunity to come out here to the Cosmosphere, I really recommend it. There's shows, there's experiences. It's pretty cool. I also have a trainer here, a NASA trainer. That's up here. I'll show you. It's up here behind everything, which is another really cool jet. Kind of see that going on there. I'm gonna step into the gift shop here. Take a look. Wow, that's very cool. Yeah.
Before you start the shopping,
Yeah. They're what?
they're coming over to do the same.
Oh, okay. So I guess we're coming to do the simulator. We'll see what this is doing and what we got going on here. So we're going to do this Blue Angels simulator. See how that goes. So you do this for
When am I done?
get the tickets.
I'm not sure.
What?
I read that. It
It's
goes,
a simulator.
It doesn't spin around like the one at Disney World.
It's like Star Tours.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars.
Is it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. Here. See about and the they burn it.
Just like we had for helicopters.
thank you.
What? There's a test deal. All right, Taylor, let me sit in the middle. Yes. I want to sit in the middle. Let me sit in the middle, please. All right. Oh, I don't know what we're doing. Okay.
What are we going to?
So,
What are we going to?
I don't know, but too late now. All right, we are in the Blue Angel simulator. Take you on the ride in the Blue Angel simulator, and it just got dark.
Welcome aboard this Flight Avionics flight simulator. Hold on tightly. There's no smoking, drinking, or eating during this flight. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the location of the emergency stop buttons.
As a pilot of the U.S. Navy Blue Angel Squadron, you are the best of the best. Part of the most revered flying aerobatic team in the world. With speed in excess of Mach 1.7, you're about to push the physical boundaries of both man and machine. So strap yourself into the seat of your F-18 Hornet and hang on tight. Prepare for takeoff, Captain, and Godspeed. We are
Be a better flyer, because that was a rough
I wasn't piloting.
Hope you enjoyed flying with us today.
I'm shaking.
Please exit carefully.
I'm a little dizzy. Oh,
You're a little dizzy.
I'm a little dizzy.
You need to learn how to fly better.
I play war better.
Okay, get out. Gotta get out, dude. Oh, Mama, you have fun getting out of this one. And you would not handle our Blackhawk simulators at all.
Let me make a big deal of it and go.
Okay. All right, where are we going? Upstairs?
I'd rather take a little break.
Hey, you might welcome Holly into the stream.
Am I not seeing everything? Oh, look, it just... Oh. I'm not seeing it. Chat.
That was terrible.
I'm sorry. Hi, Holly. Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad to see you.
Star Wars, so was.
Where are we going?
Wars I'd rather do.
You start.
I
Go to the shop, or you want to go upstairs?
gift shop. Gift shop. To calm me down a bit.
Holly Hampton, that was awesome. That was pretty cool.
I'm shaking.
It wasn't quite Flight of Passage or Star Tours, but
Nothing beats Flight of
it
Passage.
was. Oh, that's true.
Let's go into the gift shop for a second. Just looking there right, since we're right here right now.
Not
Star
quite a mission
Tours.
space.
Star Tours are a lot easier. That thing's like.
Love the,
That's the whole point of it.
looking at the, this is actually a recreation of the Endeavor here at the Cosmosphere in Kansas.
Well, Greg and the Shep family. Hey, guys.
Oh, Shep's on. So what do we got in
Greg
here?
shouted at our stream.
Did he?
That's super awesome.
Hold on. Legos.
Much appreciated.
Legos. Legos.
There he goes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. These are literally Legos.
They're Lego people.
I love it. I think it's awesome. Everybody should have Legos, right? Lego people.
Everyone should have Lego people.
Just looking at different stuff here in the gift shop right now. Okay, so what's that do?
It defies gravity.
What does?
Gravity should,
I don't know.
relatively speaking, they should fall instead of rise. So I think that's what it's trying to
Okay.
simulate is
Ooh, look at that.
gravity.
That's a globe that actually, it glows. Do you see that?
A globe that glows.
No, look, the stars.
Whoops.
Look how it, the
I see it.
constellations. Pretty cool.
I have the
Of course, you can get.
Not included.
That's cool. That is very cool.
Starters, plugs,
Oh, you can actually buy the testers, rocket stuff, and you can build your own rocket. And that's pretty cool.
Batteries not included.
Batteries not included.
Ooh, look.
Look, honey, you make your bedroom light the moon.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Okay. What is absolutely sad is the fact that the internet here isn't very good, but everything's downstairs in a basement, which makes it really hard for us to broadcast some of the really cool stuff. Now, everybody should have their very own NASA flight suit. For a small nominal fee, you literally, hey, what about, come here.
Look at the monkey.
So,
Look at the monkey. He's holding us up.
he is. You even get a space helmet. Look at
so
this.
cute.
Look. Mission
that's cool.
control to pilot all systems are go spacesuit.
It does.
And it does. That is pretty cool. Wait. Hold on. Oh, it's not saying anything. Wait. Oh, it's very quiet. I can't hear it though. Makes me think about Shep the other day. Going to infinity and beyond.
Which was so funny.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Hurts.
Looks like put a bucket over your head.
Back.
Here.
Just say Kelly. Thank you. Oh, and
Oh, that's cool.
got all the patches. Okay, I'm going back out. Oh, wow. No, that's pretty cool. Look at these.
Holy cats, Batman.
I know, this is pretty cool. So these are all patches from all the space missions. Oh, wow. This is pretty Mercury. Some of the Mercury missions are on here.
Here's your whole bucket of space Legos.
A whole bucket of space Legos. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now here's the Apollo 50th anniversary patch, which is this year, actually. There's Skylab, for those of you who are about my age and remember Skylab. The Apollo 2 mission. These are very cool. Actual patches. Space shuttle patches. Very cool. Okay, what else is over here? More Legos. SR-71 Blackbird, that's where we were just looking. That's pretty cool. Let's go. Gotta step out, Mama. Gotta go.
This is because why?
SR-71. Oh, what's that, Taylor? Pretty cool. Know what type of aircraft it is?
Did you say hi to Waltograms?
No, was Dougie on there?
Dougie's in the house.
Hi, Dougie. No, it's not scrolling up for me. I'm missing all the chat. Why am I missing all the chat? Ooh, there's the tours going on.
Going to Mars. That's our next mission. You guys want to go? So far, we haven't been there. That means that somebody.
So, for those of you who may have missed, before we go upstairs, I'm going to show you the SR-71. What's really cool is downstairs is the actual Odyssey module from Apollo 13, the actual module that Lovell and the three of them came back down to Earth in, is in this building in Hutchinson, Kansas, and it is really impressive to look at. If you ever get the opportunity to come here and check this out, you really should. Hi, Dougie. Yeah, I know that Apollo 11 patch was very cool. Very cool, Dougie. So this is looking down the pitot tube of an SR-71 Blackbird that actually flew missions. Actually flew missions, which is very, very cool. I mean, you can walk up and you can touch it. And fun is there's an actual Apollo 11 and one on public display in the United States, and it's here in the Cosmosphere at Hutchinson, Kansas. And then over here is an actual replica of the Lunar Module. Now, Apollo 11's 50th anniversary is this year, and that is kind of where all this is at. So here we go. Dougie, you'll appreciate this, I think. So this is the Lunar Module reconstructed and put out here. So it's really cool. The lunar displays downstairs, or what, Mama?
That's kind of what I was thinking. Since
see how I'm not seeing it's not scrolling to me.
I see that.
I'm having to keep an eye on it.
Had a little Apollo 13 mission with the stream.
I just don't know if I can keep the stream, but we can try. So we could try to go right downstairs down here. Here's also they got a moon buggy down here too, which is kind of neat. You can get up and close and personal with this thing. Yeah, Shep, this is actually a very cool place. This is the Kansas Cosmosphere in Hutchinson, Kansas. It's just got a bunch of neat stuff here, and it's kind of one of those little hidden gems of Kansas, to be honest with you, because when you can walk in and walk up to a spy plane and touch it, an SR-71, and touch it, when you can be, less than 5 feet from a lunar module, that's pretty cool. But it's pretty particular about where the cell phone signal is in this building, I will tell you that. So Mama wants to try. And I don't know if you guys are still with me because I can't see. Yeah, Dougie, you come here. Stupid. Dougie, you can come here and visit us. We'll put you up a while. You'll regret seeing that, Dougie said. So here is an Apollo 11 Saturn V F1 engine thrust chamber. So let's look at this. And here is after. That was before, this is after.
At most of the displays, they have a tutorial going on in the background, whether it be just the sound or a little video. So it's kind of cool.
We'll see if we'll walk around here. Let's see how much more of the we can still see, since now all of a sudden we have a really cool signal.
We're missing a mouse.
You're missing a mouse? Mama's missing a mouse. This is actually kind of cool. So we chose to go to the moon.
Holly says, sure. Sure. We want to try that. If it starts to drop the stream, though, we need to hightail it out of there because that was a nightmare.
I want to go. How did we get out? Was it through, let's go the back way through and just go to the Apollo 13 module.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
T. Your dad wants us to go exercise.
Okay, we're gonna go see the Shep. If you like space stuff, I'm gonna show you the Apollo 13 because it is the what honey? Oh, you need to do this. Oh, I got something for Mama to do.
Alright, did it. It feels like you're in a tornado.
Come on in, Mom.
Michelle.
Tater, here, hold this. You guys want a good giggle? Here, hold on a second.
I'm very good at this, but okay. Mama Mouse is inside the Wildwoods tornado of a 78 miles per hour wind chamber. Just gonna have so much fun. 78 hurricane force.
Hold those. Thanks, Holly. I appreciate that. More people need to see Mama Mouse get blown away. This is Cosmosphere. Okay, we're gonna go in the back way because if we go in the front way, we will lose the stream because we've got to go into a deep part of the basement. So we're gonna go back door this, go down to where you guys can see it. You go with us? Yeah, I love those wind tubes. I love watching Mama Mouse get her hair all messed up. I think that's best. All right, we're gonna see if we can get this to hold up long enough to get you guys a look at the Apollo 13 module. So bear with me. I'm heading downstairs in the stairwell, back door in it. Hang tight. Here we go. It's right around the corner, so give me just a second. Except it won't let me in. Mama.
Did she make you go?
Yep, I'm gonna make you do stairs. Okay, we gotta go a different way. We're gonna have to go a different way. How's the stairs doing for you? Mama not liking Mama's not liking exercise. Okay. Heading downstairs, back alley it. That didn't work. Check that out.
It's kind of like Kansas Disneyland.
Have you guys been here before?
Okay. What's really cool is this actually starts with the looking at the rockets and how they were designed, and the V1 and V2 rockets that were designed by Germany. And that's kind of how the Moon starts off. So it kind of gives you a little bit of history about all that. Okay. All right. Don't have to go downstairs. What, are we lost?
T.
Okay. So this is actually really cool. It's a Van Buren rocket. They're actually using it to control the world and using redstone rockets to make the place safe. You know, so it's kind of cool. Sputnik. Okay. Hang tight. Yeah. So this is so here is Khrushchev angrily yelling at Kennedy. And we're doing the big space race. And then here's some Red Thunder RD-107 rocket engines, which this is pretty cool if you ask me, but this is looking under the backside of the rocket.
The monkey.
The monkey that they put sent monkeys up first. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the Freedom 7, and it is not the actual Freedom 7. It is a Freedom 7 is the first manned flight in space.
Carrying two astronauts, John Young and Michael Collins, both of whom later went to the moon. Now, students, I want you to look in that little compartment there. I want you to picture yourself in there. There are two of you, full grown-ups, wearing your spacesuits. The hatches here are closed. They shut in. There's two little windows, portholes looking out into space. And even though you're orbiting Earth, you may never see the Earth. All you might see is the flag of space spacecraft. You're sitting there. Now, you imagine yourself sitting there orbiting the Earth in that condition for 2 weeks.
All right, we're getting there. I don't know if you can get it. See if we can get a signal right here. Oh, all right, Shep.
Disney, our dream.
It is our dream.
Welcome to the stream.
Thanks. We've had a really struggle time with sharing some of this stuff.
We've had an Apollo 13 mission.
Yeah, this has been an Apollo 13 day. Speaking of Apollo 13, we are right around the corner from it. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to try to get you a view of the actual module, Apollo 13. It's right here. Look at that. This is the actual module Odyssey from Apollo 13. You can see inside where they blew the door and recovered the module. But this is it. This is Apollo 13's Odyssey's module.
That's my chair.
Look how small that is when you think about it. And there was 3 of them in there. There's 3 seats.
Now look at all the buttons. You talk about Mama pushing some buttons.
That's why you're not an astronaut.
I am all over this mission.
This is
buttons and switches.
Just amazing to me. So here's the door they actually had to blow when they did finally get down to Earth. It's right there. They kept it all. But you can see the outside of this. And this is where I lost signal again. The heat shield, the back side of it. The back side of the heat shield that I'm home. James Lovell. Haise. Apollo 13 mission. This is the actual Apollo 13. The famous words saying, "Okay, Houston, we've had a problem." And then they said, "Say again," and they said, "Houston, we have a problem." This is it. This is where they were. And when it's hard to fathom because it's not more than probably height-wise, probably 7 foot tall. The actual capsule itself, it's not as big as you would think it is. And then when you look inside, you can see the actual size of the capsule inside. Shep, you don't think you'd fit? So here we are in the middle of Kansas, Hutchinson, Kansas, and they have amazing things like this in American history. You know, this is one of those things that defined a generation, the space race. So they actually have over here a recreation from the photos they had and the information they had of the whole explosion that rocked Apollo 13. And this is a 1/6 scale of the module. And this is what it looked like to them on the outside of the module and the damage that was done that they could see. This is what was preventing them from being able to complete the mission. And if you think about it, they did complete the mission. They brought everybody home. So the fact that you're able to view the actual Apollo 13 command module Odyssey is due to a remarkable 20-year effort by the Kansas Cosmosphere and Space Center to save the spacecraft. Following the conclusion of the Apollo 13 mission on April 70th, Odyssey was shipped back to Downey, California to the North American Rockwell factory where it had been built. The purpose of that was to conduct an extensive post-flight inspection of the spacecraft. Even though the American public thought the Apollo 13 drama was one of the NASA's finest hours, the space agency did not see it that way, and they saw the mission as a failure and pressured the Smithsonian Institution, which owned the spacecraft, to send it out of the country. After being placed on a short-term display at the Kennedy Space Center and then in storage for many years, the Odyssey was sent to an aviation museum in Paris, France. There it would remain until it was finished being gutted and lacking the indignity it so deserved for more than 15 years. And then February, 38 years after it happened, they were able to get it back, it looks like. So that's just very cool to me. The fact that they actually NASA didn't want it. They thought it was Apollo 13 mission was a failure, and it really was an amazing thing. So here, this where Taylor's sitting is called the White Room. Now the White Room was where, see if I can get my signal back here good. The White Room is where they actually walked up at the top of the space tower to get into the spacecraft. So I have a picture of where I'm right now. Look right here. This is where they would get into the spacecraft. They would actually hold onto this bar right here, and they would slide themselves into the capsule itself. This White Room is actually from the Kennedy Space Center. It's from Launch Pad Complex 39 at the Kennedy Space Center. So astronauts actually went there. So here's another idea of where the White Room actually was. See the top of the spacecraft. And again, this is how they got in it. I'm still just amazed that I'm sitting here and looking at this Apollo 13. Just amazed. All right, Mama Mouse, where are we headed?
The stream's holding pretty good.
So this is our dream, switching to the iPad. Wants to see it better. We will look one more time inside. All right. Well, so down here, this actually shows some of the tools that they developed to create some of the footage and the cameras and things. What are you looking at?
Please note that they are Nikon cameras, just like mine. Well, mine's a little newer, but yeah.
Yeah, there are Nikon.
Yeah.
There's Minolta, Nikon.
How'd you like to be doing your live streams with?
Yeah, do your live streams with these.
No,
If I was doing my live stream from space, I'd be okay with it.
Hey, Donna. Great to see you. Thanks for popping in.
Wow. It looks like a space helmet. That's actually a camera.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was a space helmet.
No, it's a camera. Now
Oh,
those.
look, there's the lunar camera.
These are the ones that look like from Apollo 13 and so on. Just very interesting. Here's some of the smaller camera modules that they used on the other missions, and they're signed by the astronauts.
How are yours fingers?
Huh?
Like tire fingers?
Yeah.
To the Land Rover.
This is a really hard place to stream, so be patient with us because of the closeness of big heavy metal starters. I mean, if you lose this, it's just amazing. Looking through one of the windows on the side, and this window probably 18 inches by 12 inches. It's really small window.
Hey, Josh. Thanks for popping in. Are you good?
Hey, Josh. Glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. We've had all kinds of Apollo 13 craziness today.
We had a bit of a mission control issue. in the beginning.
So speaking of Apollo 13, if you're just joining us, this is the actual Apollo 13 Odyssey space module. The actual module that brought the astronauts back from space after the continuous failures they had in the mission, which ended up being one of the most amazing opportunities for NASA and became one of their finest hours. So this is like the heat shield. This is the backside.
Randy and Kathy, welcome to the stream. Thanks for popping in.
Got to touch them. Randy and Kathy, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I know it's just I can't get enough looking inside this thing and just checking out. That these three men were living in this thing and just doing everything they could to stay alive and make it home.
That's the lunar module right there. Now, by docking, see that round opening on top of that command module there? There's one just like it on top of that lunar module. And those two sections.
Here is lunar module. It was the only true manned spacecraft ever built. It was only meant to operate on the unique conditions of space. So this is...
When the astronauts get to the moon, 2 of the 3 astronauts go through that tunnel, enter the lunar module, and go to the moon. The 3rd astronaut stays in the command module orbiting the moon performing his own experiments. Now, the lunar module, let's take a look at that. There's actually two stages to this. There's a descent stage here with the American flag on it that has their food, water, scientific equipment, and other gear that they need for their mission. And then on top here, that's the ascent stage. The ascent stage was the living quarters for the astronauts while they were on the moon. Also had the equipment to pilot them from the command module to the moon and back again. Now, when they left the moon, when they were done with their mission, only the ascent stage left the moon. The descent stage stayed. Now, there were 6 landings at various locations, so there are 6 of these descent stages still on the moon. Now remember, there's no atmosphere on the moon, so there's no erosion, no rainfall, nothing. So those descent stages, along with the scientific gear and even the footprints of the astronauts, are still going to look like that, who knows, 1,000,000 years from now. All right? Now, there were 6 landings on the moon. There's Apollo 11, which we're about to celebrate the 50th anniversary of. And there's Apollo 12. Now, have you all seen the movie or heard of Apollo 13?
Oh, I've heard of Apollo.
That's the one that almost ended in disaster. On the way to the moon, fortunately, after they already docked to the lunar module, they never went back. They had an explosion behind the command module, mothership. They very knew they were going to land.
And that gentleman kind of speak about what he was talking about. This is the lunar rover. And you can see how the makeup of this was. What's really interesting to me is the tires are actually covered in a wire mesh, which allows it to get a little bit better traction on the moon, which is kind of neat. Now I will step over here and show you. This is one of the only public displays of an Apollo 11 moon rock, one of the first specimens collected on the moon. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin collected them. It is a basalt, or it says it's like a similar in appearance to a basalt rock found on Earth. It was found on the Sea of Tranquility of July 20th of 1969. It's when they did a 3-hour moonwalk, and they collected this rock right there. So that's an actual moon rock. It's one of the only few on public display. It only weighs 4.8 ounces. That's crazy. And they approximate the age. NASA scientists approximate the age of this as 3.84 billion years old. That's B with a billion with a B. That's pretty crazy. And the fact that it weighs only 4.8 ounces kind of amazes me. But again, this is one of the only Apollo 11 moon rocks that was actually brought back that's on public display in the United States. Here's some of the spacesuits, what they use to walk on the moon. I know it is our dream. In fact, it looks like...
These are spacesuits such as they wore on the moon.
Got to get out of the way. Carbon. I don't know. Let me see. Does our dream? It has... Here's the data on this.
Gravity is only 1/6 what it is on Earth, so
See if it'll focus.
like they weigh 30. I mean, like 30. Now the spacesuits themselves have
Oh, hello. Let's see if I can... There might be a little bit. So that's the makeup that the scientists say the rock is. That's interesting. They say the rock was originally more than twice this size until scientists sliced it into smaller pieces for study. So that's the slice that you see on that right side of their...
Did you,
I've missed a lot because it's not reacting correctly.
Does our dream asked, said so it has carbon in it?
That's what I was shown the makeup of it. So here's that moon rover. Wasn't a whole lot to it, pretty much. Not a whole lot to the moon rover. There's the steering. Just very cool.
Thanks for coming in. I hope you have a fantastic day as well, or evening. I'm not even sure what time it is there. I think it's late. So, anyway,
very late.
Thanks for stopping by.
These are just some of the turbo pumps and the LOX dome after it was used on the rocket, which is just crazy. Look at that's nuts. Damage that it did to these. Now I'm hoping the stream holds up enough so we can show you this. This is the Apollo Suez test project. We still doing okay?
Yep.
That's good. And this is, of course, the United States module, and we just got through looking at a very similar module with Apollo 13. This is where they designed a docking station in space. And they designed this to dock with the Russians in space. And so there was 3 United States crewmen and 2 Russian crewmen. And they literally shook hands inside a module just like that, where the 2 stations docked together. So this is just kind of cool that you can actually see same goal, different thought processes as to what it was going to take to go to space and function in space. So I thought this was just very, very cool. These were the crews that actually went. Pretty cool. And then it kind of starts talking about a little bit about like the space shuttle. what the space shuttle is going to have and different things with the space shuttle. Some of the thought processes of that. Different pieces of it. Like here's some rudder pedal space shuttle. That's pretty cool. Here's a tire from the shuttle. And then we started going to space with Russia and just showing some of the different stuff from Russia and the space station and going up in the actual Mir. You know, Diz Our Dream, I have no idea how they dated it. I'm sure they probably did carbon testing or something like that. That's just crazy. It is hard to fathom 3.84 billion years. All right, Shep, you go ahead and check on the fam. Take care. Thanks for stomping in. Appreciate everybody having a little bit of patience with us, especially when we had some issues with the stream a little earlier today. So here is the space station mock-up. Up there right now is working on that, so kind of head back over this way, and there's just many different things. This is interesting. To the Kansas Cosmosphere, this film can flow with us on STS-31, the Hubble Space Telescope deploy mission. The film itself captured the images that we saw so we could share them with you. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And of course, we know we got to show you what a restroom looks like on a space station, right? So, got all these little ports there to the left. Kind of tells you everything you need, and then what's a good space toilet without having, you know, a place to put your feet. So,
is Josh still on?
I don't know if Josh is still on or not, but Josh.
Check it out. They even have Coke in space. See, you can go to the moon. They got your stuff for you.
Well, you know, Diz Our Dream, some of the stuff like with Apollo 13, actually they discussed that the fact the NASA didn't actually want anything to do with it. They asked the Smithsonian to take it out of the United States because they really believed that Apollo 13 was a failed mission. And so it went away. It was in Paris for a very, very long time.
Yeah, they had in the case that I never even thought about. They have their little shaving kit with their comb and their toothbrush and their deodorant, and everything is slid into little strapped pockets. And I never would have thought about that, but yeah, if you opened it up, everything would have floated around in the air and you'd have been playing tennis with your shaving cream and toothpaste. Although that does make you think. So if they put the toothpaste on the toothbrush, then did it really stay, or did it float around and you had to catch it in your mouth like a piece of popcorn?
Things that make mama go,
And Donna, I'm with you, sister. I would not have survived either, because this girl, she don't pee nowhere except in the privacy of her own bathroom.
A lot of tours going on right now, so.
Came back with Apollo 11. That is volcanic basalt. Volcanic basalt is just like the basalt we have on Earth. We have the same thing here. Only the moon's chemistry is a little bit different. If you analyze it, it shows up differently, different elements and different ratios. We also have an actual Apollo capsule I'm going to show you.
oxygen purge system. That's very cool. Okay, Mama, you're gonna have to get me out of here.
I'm so sad we only have 2 bikes.
Huh.
What? What's that all about?
Oh, wait, back there. It's back there. So cool that everything's just so close. You can. This lunar module is actually just like touchable. It's right there. All right. Oh, okay. Head back upstairs now.
So I'm thinking, do you want to go when it's ready?
No, it's not. Okay, we're gonna head back upstairs. Hopefully we can get our signal back before we lose you guys here. Oh, how I've slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence, hovering there. I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up and up along the delirious burning blue, I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark or ever eagle flew. And while the silent lifting mind uptrod the high untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God. John Gillespie McGee, Journal. Very cool. I think they went the wrong way. Hey guys, this way. I think I might have. Oh, there you are. Like, you guys keep walking past the exit. All right, Donna. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm with you, Mama Mouse. Of course, I can't go camping because she doesn't pee in the woods, so she wouldn't make it either. Okay. Well, I'm just kind of glad we were able to salvage some of it and be able to share some of this stuff with you. I know the space part of it is extremely cool to me. An actual picture of Buzz Aldrin. Landing the steps of the module, repairs during the lunar surface. Cool picture there. Footprint on the moon. That was a really good poem. It was really cool. For those of you who joined us late, this is an Su-71 Blackbird spy plane. They actually had to build the museum around this. It is huge. And what's really cool is you come in and you're walking around it. Okay. You can walk up to it, check it out. And there's the engine intake right there, right above my head. There's a mock-up of the Endeavour, the landing gear and everything. Here's the front end, and I'm telling you, it's very cool. But you can literally just walk up to this. Touch the front pitot tube. Look right up the front of it. It is just really amazing. This thing is so fast at a top speed, it can fly the width of Kansas from east to west in 10 minutes. This was an amazing fast aircraft. If I remember right, it's over 2,000 miles an hour. It would do Mach 3. That's just pretty cool. It is our dream. I'm keeping you from that thing about the frust stream at noon, isn't it? I'm catching you guys at work. Here's another jet.
My turn. So I don't know if Papa Mouse told you guys, but we did the simulator a little bit ago, so we definitely want to go back and take a look at that. It was kind of fun. Definitely not a Star Tours or Flight of Passage, but it was fun. It was good. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed it. We've had a few people, pop in here and there. Please be sure to hit that like button if this is a type of stream that you enjoy, and we'll find new exciting places to bring to you. What we thought we might do is do a Disney Keeping the Magic stream once a week, and then taking you guys on a little outing once a week. So we're just kind of throwing around some different stuff to see what you guys want and what you guys like.
Where are we going?
Diz our dream. I totally get it. I'm sorry you have to go back to work. That is no fun. But if you put your headphones in, they'd never know. We would never tell. Oh, look at that. When you know Mouse goes straight for the deli.
Same.
Same. Check this out. Look at this. That is the stained glass window I think I have. So he was right that it isn't the chat isn't progressing like it should be. So that's kind of interesting. So again, we are at the Cosmosphere in Hutchinson, Kansas. I think it's a little weird that they have this in Hutchinson when, the big space stations are in Florida and Houston and I don't even know where else, but I just think that's weird. We've never had a space vehicle take off from Hutchinson. Who would have thought? What else do we have back here? Papa Mouse and Baby Mouse left me, full on left me. I'm by myself. Oh, the planetarium. I so wanted to do the planetarium with you guys, but Papa Mouse said we probably wouldn't be able to see much because it would be so dark. Ooh, look, more buttons. Mama Mouse can push all the buttons. Check that out. So many buttons. That'd have been kind of cool if they had a mission space simulator. They had a board and you could push a few buttons, but it wasn't near as cool as what I wanted to do. Check out this. Oh, okay. The gimbal and I are having some issues. There we go. That's pretty cool. Oh, is this the thing they're putting? Yes. Spirit and travelers. So buddies went to Mars. Is that what I'm understanding? It's kind of cool. My wrist is going to fall off in a minute. Check that out. Did that look familiar? That is our space program as we know it in the year 2019. So check this out. Whoop, whoop. How would you like to fly that, baby? I'd be pushing all kinds of buttons inside there. That would be like stellar fun. Crazy chat. There we go. There's my personal chariot in the next space mission. Uh-oh, what's happening here? There we go. I didn't push any buttons. Okay, so fun fact. My dad is a pilot for private planes. He flies private, like the small aircraft. And my childhood idol was also a pilot. And I decided that I wanted to get my pilot's license. So I read all the manuals and studied and studied and studied. And I did not complete getting my pilot's license. The reason being, 3 flights in a row, the craft caught on fire. I decided that was God's way of saying the feet on the ground. So this girl did not finish her pilot's license. How did like that for a getting to know the Meyers moment? So check out this. The sun is a star. Mercury is the smallest planet. Venus is the hottest planet. Mercury is the smallest planet. Venus is the hottest planet. So is that a telescope? Is that all right. Oh, look, I found something else cool. What is that? Is Pluto a planet or not? I don't know. We will see if we can figure it out. That Earth place, it's a planet. Just kidding. It's me and my crazy sense of humor. Mars, the red planet, of course. So would any of you be totally interested in going on the mission to Mars flight? We're learning about our planets, Papa Mouse. Okay, so the question was, is Pluto a planet? I think it was at one point, but now, yeah, I don't think it is anymore. But I could be wrong. Look, guys, more buttons. Look at that. Oh, I wonder what happens. Wait, I gotta push this button. Did that person study at MIT? Avionics? Red flag.
Pluto is no longer a planet.
No. Oh, look there. Papa found out. Pluto is no longer a planet. So what do you think? I think astronomy, because we're in, duh. So it says I can push the button two. Whoops. Oh, I was wrong. Avionics is the answer.
What was your question?
Oh, let's see. Login screen. How old are you? Okay, we're going to say I'm 35 because that's a nice number. Are you Hispanic or Latino? No. Yes. Rest assured. Are you male? You just asked me if I was female, and I said yes. So, yeah. Okay. We're good. Let's see. Choose a person to learn about. Oh my goodness, this is gonna like be a year. What do you want to look at? Let's see. Scott Way.
Specialist.
We're not going to stay for this whole thing because I'm going to get bored. Look, there she is. Isn't it? Oh, yeah, so I forgot to tell you guys, Amelia Earhart was my childhood idol. And what's really sad about that is that she never made it back from her flight. So, I don't know. Maybe that's why I was in the plane on fire 3 different times. Look at her. Oh, she's the one that the movie was about. No? Okay. That's what I get for thinking, huh? All right, guys. I'm getting kind of bored. Look. Ooh. It would be so cool to sit. That's one of my favorite parts of mission space is when they tilt you all the way back. Like you're looking up the Challenger. That's kind of a fun thing. Okay, I think Papa is ready to go. Him just tapping.
It's cool.
It's cool.
Poor Pluto. So basically in 2003, they had to make a determination. They were starting to see, between 2003 and 2006, all the... So instead of having a bunch of those, they actually had to change the requirements, basically. And that's why Pluto's not a planet anymore, right? It's kind of cut away a little bit so you can kind of see. So with lab, they do some experiments and kind of show how propulsion works and that whole 9 yards. So, and was explaining the, she's touching things.
Every system on that entire launch.
See yourself in a new light. So, yeah, these are...
I had to go through the whole...
Does it work? Okay. All right. Back. Lost the stream. Don't know why. Once again, Apollo 13 moment. So did you show him the planetarium? Pretty cool. So did you go around here already? Out here?
I did.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool right there. That's actual
I think maybe a good spot to
SR-71. Yeah.
might be out front from the great big
Okay.
rocket.
Which we're probably going to need to end that pretty soon. Go check on your son though, Mama.
Yeah.
So this is the actual dashboard of an SR-71 Blackbird. That's pretty cool. It's amazing how times have changed. I love the pilot seat. That's pretty. But this is really cool. In memory of space shuttle climb. It's really cool. Look at all those little solar panels that it uses to it uses to get to what it needs. You're welcome, Disney Dream. I was glad that we could share about the Pluto. What's wrong? Just a very cool place to come visit. You get to see all kinds of new things. So I'm sorry we weren't able to show all of it to you because there was just some that were just in the bowels of the building and it just would not let us have signal. The Wi-Fi here was just wasn't very good, that's for sure. But I'm telling you, if you're ever in Hutchinson, Kansas, this is an amazing place to take about 4 hours. You can go through. They have shows, like right now they're showing a lot of the 50th anniversary stuff of Apollo 11 mission. They've got some videos of that, and you're going to see actual footage of that landing and stuff from NASA on that. But it is a very cool place. And in Kansas, our logo is right up there. It says Ad Astra per Aspera, to the stars through difficulties. Saying at some place like this here, so it's pretty interesting. If you ever get a chance to come out to Wichita, Kansas, Hutchinson's about 45 minutes from Wichita. You can get in your car, scoot on over here, have a good time. It's very educational. They do tours here as well. But come check it out. Well, that's interesting. How many times did we just walk through that?
I know. Same thought.
So, all right. I would say that we need to get your son, and let's go out front.
I think that is fantastic. Diz our dream. Are you using an app for this stream?
Yes, we were streaming with Streamlabs, unfortunately.
We are not worthy of YouTube yet.
Yes, we are not.
We're not worthy.
We're not special enough to be able to stream on YouTube. So we use Streamlabs. So they've got a really nice theater here where they show a lot of information. They've got a showing of We the People here, which is cool. They're actually they do some showing of the Avengers Endgame. That's something that they're doing here as well, which is kind of fun. We the People is about the Constitution. And then Apollo 11. First steps. And guess what? They're all doing Aladdin here. So we're not going to probably do Aladdin, but you know. Well, Donna, I'm glad. I wish, man, I so wish we were able to show you some of the other things because there's some really cool stuff going on downstairs. Throw it away, buddy, right there. A lot of really cool stuff about how the rockets actually started in Germany, and it actually talks about the fact that the V2 rockets, only about 6,000 people were actually killed by V2 rockets during the war, but almost 20,000 people were killed making the V2 rockets. So that's kind of a sad deal, but this is a really cool place. Come visit it. Come check it out. There's a lot of cool stuff here at the Cosmosphere. They're very passionate about what they do here. They love to educate you, show you things. They have so many things on display that you can check out and see at any time. And I highly recommend coming out and doing that. The patches, I thought the patches were cool. I'll go back out before we end the stream today. We'll go out and we'll go into the gift shop and we'll look again at the patches because I think this is just pretty amazing. I believe this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth. President John F. Kennedy addressing Congress. Wow, we came a long way in a short period of time when it comes to things like that. And this is crazy because did you realize that this thing right above us here, this black thing right here, is actually part of the space shuttle? That's pretty amazing. Actually part of the wing of the space shuttle itself.
There.
It's part of the wing of the space shuttle itself. So I'm going to take you into the gift shop just for a quick minute so you can see the patches. You can actually get the patches here, which I think is cool. Oh, look at this.
We're showing wastewater quantity of about 13% on GM now.
These are very, very cool. Willie Parker, she did tweet.
I did, that's what I said. So we had a mission control issue for the first few minutes.
Yeah, probably the first 30 we were streaming, we had a serious Apollo 13 type deal, but they have patches here. Actual patches from Gemini.
Diz our dream. Yeah, you better get back to work. We're going to get you in lots of trouble. Thank you so much for stopping in. And we stream every Friday at noon Central Standard Time. So you guys can pop back in next Friday and we'll have a new location. Hey, that's not really bad for a
it's not.
patch.
It's an Apollo 11 patch.
So would it be
very cool.
completely appropriate to buy the Disney World, what's that thing called, that shirt? The shirt that you put the patches on. And oh my God, what's the name of that shirt?
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you do.
Matter of fact, lady, I don't even know you. Go away. Oh, I didn't see these over here. I think these are really cool. I just really do.
It's called a jersey, right?
Oh, the jerseys?
I guess. It's the one that you put the patches on. You buy the patches and you can sew
Look at
them on.
that. That is cool.
You don't know anything.
You see that?
Yeah, I do. So it's kind of cool. Willie asked how we were doing.
Willie, we're doing really good, thank you. Diz Our Dream. Diz Our Dream told me bye 20 minutes ago, just so you know. Diz Our Dreams keeps going, I gotta go back to work, I gotta go back to work, I gotta go back to work.
That's a cool toy. No, what are you doing? Why am I in there? Why can you see me?
It's called a reflection.
What's happening? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That was really weird.
Mama Mouse is losing her mind. Folks, we're gonna take it out, and I think we're gonna call it a day.
We are. We have to let Diz Our Dream get back to work. Because there won't be no Diz and a Dream if they're unemployed. So we know how that goes.
All right. So we're gonna step outside where it's gonna be like 10 tons of bright.
And hot.
And hot. That's...
Is that the show that we could have seen? Are you serious?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I wanted to see it. We can't sprint. Oh. We need a picture over there. That's all right, Willie. It's no problem. It was crazy. So, hang tight because we're going to show you something here. Just a second. And then we will sign off. It's crazy. I'm staying outside. I'm staying outside in the middle of a parking lot, and the signal still is poor. And that's the problem that I have. Is I actually really have a really, really cool cell service. So what? Somebody screenshot that. You're killing me.
No, you'll love it.
Look at this though. This is what's really cool.
Here, Maine completed his first observations of the moon in December 1972. I was born in 1972.
Yes, I what?
I was
How old
born
are you?
in
What?
35.
Okay, we need to check your math. All right, so let's just do this here. Tater, do me a favor. Go start it so it cools off. All right. Here is another. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? Oh, what a shot that is. I couldn't have planned that any better. Kansas Cosmosphere, Hutchinson, Kansas.
Check that out. That's right, Willie. I'm 21. Don't you know?
That's good. As long as she's 18, I'm legal, so we're good. So,
thank you, Holly.
Kansas Cosmosphere, guys.
Thank you very
Come
much.
out, check it out sometime. If you're ever over Kansas Way, around Wichita, Hutchinson, anything like that, you need to come check out the Kansas Cosmosphere. There's just some really, really amazing stuff out here. And as we're walking around just the outside here, literally you can walk up and touch this. It's not too far away. I mean, I can almost put this underneath the rocket itself. And these are actual rockets. They're not fake. The ones that are outside here were actually donated to the Cosmosphere from NASA. Here, wow. I can't even tell you what rocket is off of. This thing is huge. Gotta be something I can stand. Master Space Artifact Restoration Specialist and U.S. Army veteran Greg Buckingham, 1958 to 2001. Oh.
That's cool.
But I don't know what this goes to. Must be a space shuttle. Because it's big. The space thing. Oh, you're so helpful, honey. It is crazy the size of this thing. Get an idea. There's Mama and Taylor. Give you an idea how big that is, but so folks, we appreciate you stopping by, saying hello, popping that like button, clicking the subscribe button if you had the chance. I'm sure we're gonna, with all of our issues, our Apollo 13 mission to the Cosmosphere that we just had, we'll probably end up editing a bunch of this, trying to get it pushed together and try to put another stream together, that probably an upload that we'll do. That way you guys can see some of the things you didn't get to see, and we can share that with you as well. So thank you so much for being here, and let's see here. Mom.
All right.
That's
an awkward position.
I know, right?
Don't look at my nose. Okay, you guys have a fantastic weekend, and keep Meyers and the mouse in your house.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much for being here, spending a little time with us today. Hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy.
15.